The planet was overrun, its populace slaughtered and its cities, forges and more besides destroyed utterly as the ground erupted with ancient tomb structures of the long dormant Necron tier kingdoms rising from beneath the barren sands. The Blood Drinkers chapter of the Adeptus Astartes, having long held a blood pact with the ancient night houses of the planet, who were now destroyed, were going to fight back. They swore an oath of vengeance, and their mighty heroes of their first company prepared themselves in the teleportation rooms within their mighty vessels in orbit, and as the Terminator armoured warriors disappeared in a flash of brilliant blue light, battle was joined in the grim dark universe of Warhammer 40,000. Our scenario today is Defense Nexus. This is one of the White Dwarf Bunker missions from January 2024. We have the mission special rule, Determine Resistance, where at the end of the second, third and fourth battle rounds, if someone's got less VP, they'll gain an extra command point on a 2+. And then we have two mission objectives. The first is Outer Defenses. This is a progressive objective. In the second, third and fourth battle round, the player whose turn it is will score 5 VP for each of the following conditions. They control 1 or more, 2 or more, or 3 or more objective markers. Now in the fifth battle round, the player going second will score at the end of their turn rather than the command phase. We also have Master the Nexus, a endgame objective, where at the end of the battle, each player adds together the OC, the objective control characteristic of all the models from their army within 6 inch of the center of the battlefield, and the player with the highest total will score 25 extra victory points. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with the Blood Drinkers, my Blood Angel successor chapter. I'm using the Liberator Assault Group Detachment, and it's giving you the Red First ability, which means each time an Adeptus Astartes unit from my army is selected to fight, if that unit made a charge move, they get +1 attack and +2 to their strength. For characters, I have a Captain in Terminator armor who will be my Warlord. The enhancement speed is a Primarch for a once per game strikes first, and then he's carrying a Stormbolter and Relic weapon. Meanwhile, he's joined by a Librarian in Terminator armor with the enhancement Raidfield Warrior for some extra attacks and a Stormbolter. For infantry, I have an Infernus squad with 10 models in the unit, a Sternguard veteran squad with 5 models in the unit, 2 equipped with Sternguard bolt rifles, 2 combi weapons and a Sternguard heavy bolter in there as well. A Terminator assault squad with 5 models in the unit, 2 of them equipped with Thunderhammer and Storm Shields while the rest have twin lightning claws. And a regular Terminator squad as well with 5 models in the unit. The Sergeant has a power sword and we've got an assault cannon in the unit as well. Lastly, for vehicles, I have a Ballistus Dreadnought as well. Maka has brought along his Necrons today, and he's playing with the Star Shatter Arsenal detachment. This Relentless Onslaught ability means each time a Necron model from your army makes an attack that targets a unit within range of 1 or more objective markers, they get +1 to hit. And in addition, ranged weapon equipped by Necron vehicles and Necron mounted models, excluding any Titanic units, gain the Assault rule. For characters, he's got a single model, the Locust Lord, who's his Warlord with the enhancement Demanding Leader, as wielding a Resurrection Orb and Lord's Blade. For Battleline, he's got a unit of 5 Immortals with Ghost Blasters and a Necron Warrior unit with 10 models in it and Ghost Reapers. For Mounted, we have 2 units of Locust Destroyers, both with 3 models in the unit, a unit of Locust Heavy Destroyers with 2 models in the unit as well, and then 2 units of Tomb Blades with Twin Ghost Blasters and the Shadow Loom. For vehicles, we then have an Annihilation Barge with Ghost Cannon and a Doomsday Arc. Alright, so we are all deployed down on the table. For the Space Marines, I've got the Ballistus Dreadnought and Infernus Marines in the centre here with a Sternguard out on the flank. Meanwhile, in reserve, I do have both Terminator units with the Terminator characters. For the Necrons, you've got your Necron Lord with Locust Destroyers, some Tomb Blades with Shield Veins. You've then got the Annihilation Barge. Sorry, Doomsday Arc, that's the Annihilation Barge, if you're getting all the names of all the Necrons on the table. You've then got Warriors down there, Immortals behind in the other building there with more Tomb Blades behind, more Locust Destroyers and 2 heavy Locust Destroyers as well. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. Alright, so first turn roller for the Space Marines. I got a 4, you got a 1 with the Necrons, so Space Marines are taking the first turn. And so command phase wise, first thing I do, we've both got our command points at the game, but I do have an open moment target. I'm going to choose the Locust Destroyers, Heavy Destroyers, sorry, at the back there. But we will go straight into Space Marine movement after that. And so, movement, pretty simple. We have the Infernus Marines just move and hug the cover. The Dreadnought has drawn, so we can get a bead of line of sight on the Heavy Locusts. And our Stern Guard veterans over the flank here have gone and drawn a bead on the Locust Destroyers. Alrighty, so the Ballistus is going to shoot those Locust Heavy Destroyers. We are 3s to hit. And so 3s, both hit. 3s to wound. 2 wounds, and so 5+ saves.
Make one fail one.
Make one fail one, damage d6. For 1, yeah, you know what, screw it, we're going to spend our CP on the reroll there to try and take one off the table. Really. And then 2 shots from our Ballistus Last Cannon. Rerolls to hits. Nope, 1 hit. Wounds though. And so a 6-up save. Nope. Is d6 plus 1. Can we do something? 4. That would have killed one straight out.
Yep. Out of here.
Right, so the Stern Guard into the Locust Destroyers. We're starting with the 2 Stern Guard bolt guns. So they are 3s to hit. Just 2 hits. 5s to wound then. 6s be devastating. Nothing.
That can be mounted.
2 combi weapons. Both hit. And then they will be needing 5s, but 6 is a dev. So both go through. 1's just a wound straight away. 1 save at no AP.
So 3 ups. 2 ups in cover then get them.
And then lastly, the Stern Guard Heavy Bolter hitting on 3s. 1 hit. And Strength 5 needing 5s. Nothing. And so that pitiful attempt at a shooting phase was it for the Space Marines. And with that, that's the Space Marines' turn are going to be done. Right, so Battle Shock test at the beginning of the Necrons. That is just a pass. Other than that, we're going to both gain a CP. Animation protocols, you just get your wound back over there. See whether you can get your Heavy Destroyer up.
Comes back with 1 wound. Comes
back with a single wound. And then go into Necron's movement. And so Necron movement had a bunch of stuff just move forward. The Tomb Blades on both sides, the Immortals and the Necron Warriors both ran. So did a bunch of stuff, but all the flying mounted units have all got the ability with their assault weapons to shoot still. You had your Necrons over here, your Lord with the Locust Destroyers move up. The Annihilation Barge and the Locust Heavy Destroyers stayed where they are. Meanwhile, the Annihilation Barge moved in the middle and the other one stayed over on the flank. Alright, so to begin with, the Locust Heavy Destroyers going into the Ballistus Dreadnought. So 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s. They both hit, no lethals. Strength 14 will mean you need 3s to wound.
We re-roll 1s.
That is both of them. Alright, so a 5+ save thanks to being 50% obscured. I don't think those crates are long for the world though. So 5s. Fail both. That is 12 damage, I believe.
Yep.
And that is a dead Dreadnought. Does he explode? He does. So Deadly Demise will hit the Marines D3 for 2. Alright, so the Destroyers here, 3 of them shooting into the Stern Guard. They'll need 3s to hit. They get to re-roll 1s because they're shooting at the closest target. And crits on 5s. Thanks to the Lord. And a re-roll gets you 2 crits.
2 crits.
So 3s to wound then with the rest. So that will be 5.
Yep.
And so 5-up saves. We pass 1. That is not good. And so with that, that's a fairly successful Necron turn 1. So we are going to go into Space Marines turn 2. And so movement wise for the Marines, the Terminators have come down. Our brave Stern Guard Sergeant is charging up there by his lonesome. He did fail his Battle Shock test, but well, it is what it is. And the Infernus Marines have popped out as well. So let's go into Space Marine shooting. Before that though, you are going to declare an Overwatch on the Infernus Marines with the Destroyers, so you'll be needing 6s for snapshots. That is 2 of them.
And those are lethal.
And those are lethal, so -2, so these will be 5-up saves. Pass 1, fail 1. Stone Guard veteran over there. We are just going to shoot our combi weapon. Hits. Does not wound. And so, to start off with the shooting, the Librarian is going to put all his shots into this unit of Tomb Blades. So we're going to start with Stormbolter, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. That'll be sustained hits 1. And then 5s to wound for 1 at no AP on the Tomb Blades.
Sweet. Safe.
4+. Saved. And we're going to lightning bolt them as well. So we have D6 shots for 5. I'll take that. So 4s to hit now with the Storm. So 3, but 1 more goes in because the sustain hits 1. 4s to wound. 3, sorry. 2. 2 6-up saves. Fail both. These are D3 damage a pop. So the first one does 2. And the next one does 1. And so Stormbolt is into the Immortals, hitting on 2s. 6s are sustained. And so the 2 rerolls, 1 more hit, but that will fail. And so Immortals are toughness 5, so these will be 5 to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 saves, no AP on them. 3+.
And 3 go down.
And then the Assault Cannon into them as well, hitting on 2s. 6s be sustained, so that's an extra hit in there. So strength 6 means I'll be wounding on 3s. 6s be devastating. So 1 devastating. 6 3-ups. And that is the Immortals wiped. Alright, so we're going to go, the 6 in front here are going to go into the Warriors, while the 2 behind are already in range of the Destroyers. So we'll start with the 6 into the Warriors, D6 shots apiece. So these will be 3s to wound, strength 5. So 5 ups, you need to pass 4 of them. And you definitely do, you pass 6.
Cool.
And then after that, we'll go with the last 2 Infernus Marines, which will be shooting into the Locust Destroyers here. So 2d6 shots for 6. These will need 5s to wound because you are toughness 6. That'll be 3. -1.
3 4-ups.
4 ups, take 2. And so we are going to go for some charges. I have a few 9 bombs to make. So we'll start over here, a 9-inch charge. 7, they can freely re-roll that thanks to the captain. 6, yuck. The Infernus Marines will charge into the Destroyers for 9. And then the regular Terminators into those Tomb Blades need a 9. Get a 9. Then our lonely dude over there is going to charge because he might as well contribute something. 4, 7. And so 5 attacks for his Power Sword, hitting on 3s. That is... And so 5 attacks for his Power Sword, hitting on 3s. That is... I got 4 hits, so I just took 1 out. I rolled too many dice. And then we are strength of 5, so 5s. No, I did have 6 attacks, so roll that to try and wound. I get 1 wound through, even though I've got +2 strength. And so -2.
Cool, so this will be a 5.
Saved it. So the Terminators are going to attack. We're going to do the Power Fist first, because they are 2s and 2s on the Tomb Blades. 2s. And 2s to wound. That is 5, 10, 12. And so 12 6-up saves. Each one of these is a kill because they're damage 2.
And they're out of here.
And they are gone. And so we are going to go with the Infernus Marines. And so I'm going to use Red Rampage on the Infernus Marines here. This is going to give me Lance, meaning I'm going to wound on 3s thanks to the +2 strength they get from the detachment. And lethal hits on 6s. So 3s, with 6s being what we want. And so we will need 3s as well to wound. So that is 4, so that'll be 15. So 3-up saves. Ooh.
That's 1 gone.
Alright, so over here you do have 1 more fight. The Necron Lord is going to try and slay my Stone Guard veteran. Hitting on 2s. I missed once. Wounding on 2s because you're strength 8.
And dev wounds.
And dev wounds. No dev wounds. Yahtzee on 6 is coming up. Not even 1. And we just had some consolidations at the end of combat as well. The Infernus Marines have dragged in the Tomb Blades. while the Marines, Terminators there, have just moved up. They're going to get shot either way, so might as well move closer. And so we go into Necrons turn 2, and you're not going to score any victory points either. So Battleshot test on the Warriors, that's an 8, that'll pass for them. And that is it for Battleshot. She didn't lose 2 there, so
You kill everything else.
yeah, it'll be on to Necron movement after reanimation first.
So these guys
D3 for 1.
definitely going to reroll that.
Yep.
And same difference.
And to 1 again. And you can regain D3 wounds on the Locust Heavies, so 2.
It's up to 3.
So almost back at full health.
And reanimation here, it'll just...
Yeah,
actually, I'll roll it because I could get another one back.
Nope.
So
So it just pops his wound back there. Right, so movement-wise for the Necrons, your Locust Heavy Destroyers decided they want none of the Terminator Assault Marines, so moved back. You disengaged from combat with your Tomb Blades over here, and other than that, most of the other Necrons actually stayed in position, although your Annihilation Barge did come and draw a bead on targets. So let's go on to Necron shooting. Alright, so you're going to start the shooting with the Doomsday Arc. The Terminators, I am going to declare Armor of Contempt, mostly because you do have other things that could shoot them. So D6 plus 2 shots all up, or plus 1?
Oh, yeah, plus 2 because of
Plus
the
2,
blast. So it
so
gives me
4.
4.
Yep, 2's to hit, it's heavy and didn't move, and I love seeing that.
That hurts.
And 2's to wound because you are Strength Bajillion.
Yep.
And so 5 up saves on the Terminators. Fail both, damage. So 2's to wound, 2's to hit because you didn't move, once again with your Flare Array this time.
Cool.
And so 5's to wound. Ooh, 2 more, so 4 all up. AP.
Minus nothing.
That's nothing, so these are 2 ups. Saved them all. Alright, so the Destroyers are going to go in. This is what I'm actually using Armor of Contempt on here. So we are going to need you to have 3s and you get to reroll 1s. There's a couple of rerolls there.
And lethal's on 5, so 1
Yep.
lethal.
A couple of...
And
So 4s, rerolling 1s. So 3, 4 all up. And so 3 plus saves. Saved them all.
nice.
And so your Warriors are then going to shoot the Infernus Marines. You are going to use Merciless Reanimation. This gives you +1 to wound, so you're going to be wounding on 3s, but still hitting on 4s?
3s.
3s.
I'll double check.
And 1, 3 plus to wound. You got 2 lethals there, so 3. AP,
Minus 1.
minus 1.
1 damage.
So 4 ups, kills a Marine. So 2 Locust Heavy Destroyers into the Assault Terminators. So hitting on 3s, because you did move. Oh, you're going to CP reroll that?
Yeah, command reroll that one.
Command reroll the 1 into a 1. It is what it is. We all know the rules. That's how that works. And 2's to wound. So this will be a 5 up Invon. Ooh. So 5 up Invon. Nope, definitely failed. So the Annihilation Barge will be unloading into the Infernus Marines there. Alright, so hitting on 3s with the Gauss Cannon. All hit. Strength 5.
Yeah.
So 3s. All wounds. AP -2.
Yeah, minus 2 damage. Same gun as the list.
Yeah. So 5s. Foul all of them. So now the Tesla Destructor, 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. But sustain 2. So that actually puts an extra shot in your pile. Strength. 2's to wound. And that will be...
Twin linked.
Oh, twin linked. Of course it is. And so 5 3 up saves. Save them all.
Nice.
And so with that, that's going to be Necron shooting done. Do you have an assault phase?
No.
No? Don't want to charge?
No.
Alright, so we're both getting a command point, but I am going to pick the Doomsday Arc as my Oath of Moment target, and after that, we'll go into Space Marine turn 3 movement. And so, movement-wise, the Infernus Marines are actually moved back. That's so they can draw a charge on them, and also so they can draw a shot on them. The Assault Terminators have moved up. I've spent a CP to give them a run and charge, and then the Terminators over there have moved up. However, after I've moved the Infernus Marines, you are going to declare an Overwatch with the Tomb Blades. And so, let's see what they can do. They need 6s to hit. You actually scored a hit.
5s.
And so 3s to wound. Does not wound.
Twin linked.
Twin linked. Does wound.
Minus 1.
Alrighty, so shooting wise, well, we'll go with the target. The unit has only got one target to begin with. They're going to go into the warriors. 4d6 shots. 3s. That's 4 at -1.
Sweet. So these are 5s.
Yep, 5s to save. Save 1.
And get out of it with 1.
The captain will shoot his Stormbolter at that remaining warrior. So 2s to hit, both hit, and 4s to wounds. 1 wound, no AP. God dang it. The Terminator's here, putting everything shooting-wise into those destroyers. So the Stormbolter's hitting on 3s. And no sustained. And 5s to wounds. 3. No AP though.
Cool.
I'll take 2. The Assault Cannon, 6 shots, hitting on 3s. 6 is a sustained. Just 3 shots. And 3s to wound, devastating. So just the 1 devastating wound. And then the Librarian will use his Smite Psychic Power, d6 shots for 1. I'm going to spend one of my CPs for re-rolling that number of shots for 3. And we are 3s to hit. And strength 6, toughness 6, 4s. 1 wound. AP -2.
Sweet. Cover.
4 up save. Nope. D3 damage for 1. And with that, it's going to be charges. So we'll start with the captain and his termies over there. Lucky they've got built-in rerolls. That's better. Do the Terminators over there next. 3. And then I need a 10-inch charge with the Infernus Marines. An 8 new. So you're going to give them the stratagem for lance and lethal hits. This means because they're going into the open moment target, they will be 2s to hit, 6s are sustained, so rerolls as well. The 1s. And would be 3s because of strength 10 because I get +2 strength when I charge, but lance makes it 2s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 up invons. 6 damage.
Yep. 6.
And the sergeant has the power sword. 2s, rerolls. And so the sergeant wounds on 4s with his power sword. 2 at -2.
So 4 ups again. Take on that one.
Another wound. And so the librarian hitting on 2s, re-rolling. All hits. And so forced to wound with the librarian. 1. -1.
So it's 4s anyway.
Saved. And so before I go, you do need to take a battle shock test on them. That is a pass. And so 3s to hit. And so strength 7 on the charge, 3s re-rolling. Re-rolls. Is all of them going through. And so 5 up saves. I think that's them.
I failed 6.
So Thunderhammer then, hitting on, wow, 1 hit.
1's enough.
And wounding, wounds, -2.
Sweet, so 5. Nope.
No, 2 damage.
He is out of here.
There's both of them. Then you've got your Annihilation Barge to fight back. Not Annihilation Barge, Doomsday Arc. Wrong one. Keep getting the names mixed up. And so 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Hits once, wounding on a 3. 2 up, saved. And so with that, that's the end of the Space Marine's turn. You will have Battle Shock to take at the beginning of your turn. Battle Shock on the Warrior.
Exactly.
Alright, command phase wise, you are going to also score 5 VP for that 1 lone warrior there surviving. And then we've got reanimation protocols.
So
you just gain the wounds back for the destroyers on the end.
There's...
So see what we get, 3.
So it'll bring one back with 2 wounds and heal the other one?
Yep, so you're going to bring 1 back with 2 wounds on it and heal the other. D3 warriors come back, 2. You'll take that.
Yeah.
And then D3 wounds back on the arc.
1.
1 and D3 back on the Tomb Blades, which will start recovering a model.
He's back with forward.
And so, Necron movement, or sometimes lack of. Your warriors are not moving because they are just trying to stay on the objective and do not want to get overwatched by flamers. Your Annihilation Barge has just ever so slightly shuffled. Your Tomb Blades got on the objective. Your Destroyers have come down as well. You've chosen not to move the Annihilation Barge out because you don't want to lose all your shooting. And so, we will go into the aforementioned Necron shooting phase. Alright, so Tomb Blade's going to start. They're going to use a command point of Merciless Reclamation. So, with that... So, Tomb Blade's going. Hitting 3s.
3 6s are lethal.
So 2 lethals and 1 other hit.
And 5, so...
Yep. 3 -1, so 4 up saves. Fail all of them. And so the Warriors will take a shot at the Infernus Marines as well.
4 6s are lethal.
Yep.
Wow.
1 hit. And
Strength 4.
so 4s. Wounds. Saved. Right, so the big gun first is D6 plus 2 shots in total going down into the Assault Terminators for 6. It will be -1 to hit.
I haven't moved.
Yep, 3s. Oh, thank God. And 2s. So 4.
Yep.
And these will be 5-ups. Fail 3. The rapid gauss into the Terminators it's in combat with.
Hitting on
4s to hit.
1 lethal. Strength 4, so
4s to wound on these 2. You got 1 more, so 2.
-9.
These will be 2-up saves. Save both. So the Annihilation Barge is putting everything into the last remaining Infernus Marines. I am going to use Armor of Contempt. And so Gauss Cannon 3s to hit. And no lethals.
Command point, reroll one of those.
You're going to choose to command point and reroll one of those. 2 hits.
Strength's 5.
So 3s to wound. On wounds.
-2 damage.
-2, so -1 now, so 4 up. Nope. Yep, so hitting on 3s, the same hits 2. That's not what I wanted to see.
So,
And strength.
8.
2s.
Twin linked.
And so 3 ups. No, gone. And so combat. You haven't made any charges, so I'm going to get to the first fight.
Yep.
So Terminators, we are going to hit on 2s, re-rolling. 1 lethal. And 5s to wound. 2 at -2.
So 4 ups.
Ugh. And then the Power Sword. 1 lethal. 4 hits. 5s. Another one. 2 at -2.
4s again.
Ugh. And so the Librarian is going to go, needing 2s. And that's what we want to see. So 3 more hits using his artifact. And he will be on 5s as well. It's 2. -2.
4 ups.
D3 for 2. So then fighting back, hitting on 4s. And strength 6, so 3s. 2 up. Saved. And so end of fight phase, you are going to do Endless Servitude on them to get an extra reanimation protocols for an extra 1.
And they're warriors, so they can re-roll it.
Reroll for 2.
Today's video is sponsored by the Warhammer merch shop. Want to grab some merch for your favourite Warhammer army? You can use our affiliate link down below to grab your next purchase and help support the channel at the same time.
And so Space Marines are getting a command point. I've got an Oath target. We are going to pick for the Oath. We're actually going to pick your Destroyers. Alright, so movement wise, I did move the Captain and his Sergeant with him. I also disengaged, spending a command point, so I can get fullback shoot and charge.
However, the big thing, the Doomsday Arc, is going to overwatch me, so D6 plus 1 shots for 2. And 6s, nothing.
And then the
Flare Array, the 6s got 2.
Yeah, lethal.
And they're lethals. So 2 ups. Nope, saved. So Stormbolter from the Captain to the Warriors hits on 2s. And 1 wound, no AP.
4 ups.
Hey, saved. Right, so their shooting is going to go into the destroyers. So we are 2s to hit. So we're shooting the open moment target, and we get rerolls. And we get sustained on 6s. 5s to wound with the Stormbolters. 4, 1, 2, 3. So 3 up saves. Failed 2 of them. The assault cannon then, 6 shots. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. And strength 6, toughness 6, so 4s. Devastating though, so 2 devastating and 1 save at known rend. And then D6 shots from the librarian. 2, so just gonna have to take that. 2s. And 4s, both wounds. These are AP -2 each.
Also, there's 5 ups.
Alright, fail worse. So the first one just dies.
Yep.
And the second one, D3, kills the other one.
And that's the
And so charges, I'm actually going to charge back into that big tank. And we're in. Yeah. Going to charge the Warriors. It's a 7 there. So combat, we'll go here first. The Captain. And so the Captain will hit on 2s. And wounds, he will be strength 5, 6, 7 on the charge. 3s. 4 at -2.
So these are 6s. 4 you said?
Yeah. 4 go down. And 6 attacks from the Lightning Claw Sergeant then. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s, but re-rolling because of twin links. Don't need to. 3 at -2.
Cool. So
6s
6s again.
No, it goes down.
It's the Warriors out of here.
And so the 4 attack Power Fist, we are going to lance them. Hitting on 3s, because you're not my open moment target. 6s are sustained though. Sorry, I don't actually have lance, didn't have the CP for it, but I still will be wounding on 3s. And 3s to wound. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
4 ups.
And 1, 2.
It's got 2.
Then the Captain with his Power Sword. That is 2 additional hits in there, so they would all hit. And then 4s. 3 at -2.
4 ups. No.
Got him. Just. Does he explode? He does.
It's a 6, isn't it?
The Deadly Demise D3 for 1. And so we go into Necrons turn 4, which you're going to gain another 5 CP. And so Necron's turn, there will be no reanimation protocols, no battle shock to take. We gain a CP and it's straight onto Necron's movement for turn 4. So movement wise, your Destroyer Lords coming to try and fight the Termies, and then the Annihilation Barge has just ran over the other Termies and is going to try and shoot them. Shooting phase for Necrons then. I guess we start with the Annihilation Barge because it's got 1 target.
Yep.
Alright, so hitting on 3s with the Gulf Cannons. All hit.
And strength 5.
So 4s. 2.
2 minus
1 now.
Yeah, minus 1. Yep.
-1 from Armor of Contempt. So we are 3s. Fail 1. And so now the Lightning.
3s to hit, 6s
Yep.
sustain 2.
2 misses, they go back in, and then 2 more shots come in. But 3s to wound this time.
Yep, strength 8, so 3s.
So 5.
Yep, strength.
And so 2 up saves. Oh!
So I was looking for.
Kills the Marine, and the Tomb Blade's going to go. So,
Hitting on 3, 6s are
Yep.
lethal.
and no lethal.
4's re-rolling because twin links.
Yep, 4's re-rolling because twin links. -1 means 3 up saves. Saved them all. So then the Necron Lord will charge in. He's definitely in with that 9. Alright, so 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Oh.
That is rough.
Strength 8, so 3s.
Yep, and it'll be 2s because of the strategy.
Oh, yep, 2s because of your stratagem.
Yep.
5 up invons. Nope. Alrighty, the Power Fist is going to strike back. Hitting on 2. And then we are 3s to wound. 2 wounds at -2.
Also, they have 4 up invons. Spiked.
The Librarian next. Hits all of them. And then there'll be 3 at -2.
4 ups again.
D3.
Yep.
2.
Cool.
Lastly, the Power Sword. 6 is a sustain, so 3. Nothing. Alright, so end of round. We're going to go into Space Marines, turn 5. I will gain 10 CP. Alright, so we did go fullback, move and shoot on the Terminators there. The Captain is lining up a charge. We'll begin by putting all their shooting down into the Tomb Blades. And so going into shooting, 6 shots from the Storm Bolters because 1 is in rapid fire range, hitting on 2s, re-rolling. 6s are sustained.
Before you do that.
And -1 to wound, so these would be 6s to wound now. Nothing. Alright, the Assault Cannon then. Re-rolling. And then 2 sustained. Strength 6, so it would be 3s to 4s. 4s to wound. Wow. 2.
It helps. 2 at.
No errand.
Sweet 4 ups.
Takes 1. And then a D6 shots with the Focus Witchfire. For 4. Hitting on 3s. Oh, 1 more shot. Re-rolling, luckily. That's better. And strength 6, so winning on 4s. That's devastating.
Cool.
So D3 devastating wounds for 3.
So it kills 1.
And the next one is AP -2.
Cool. So these are up to 6.
So 6 up save. Ah. And so we'll go his Stormbolter, or why not, into this thing. All hit. Strength, so it needs 6s. Got 1.
Cool.
No AP.
Nothing, so 3 up.
Oh. And charges, the Termies will go back into the Lord. They are in. And the Captain will go into the barge. He's in. So the Captain then we will go to hit on 2s. 1 miss. Lethals. And then we are strength 8, so would need 5s. Strength 7, sorry, so would need 5s. But Lance gives us 4s. So that would be 4 all up at -2.
So these are 4 ups.
Take 4.
So it's down to 8.
So not much there, but we'll go over here. We have the Terminator with the Power Fist. We'll go him first. Sustained. And then, wow, just 1 from the Power Fist.
Cool. 4 up.
Nope, 2 damage.
Cool.
And then the Librarian. Give a sustained in there. And strength 6. No, so it'd be 3s because strength 8 on the charge. So 2 at -2.
4-ups.
And
And
3 for 3.
He's out of here.
Got him.
Fought well.
However, that is not going to be enough for the Space Marines. Because in the Necron turn, they literally need to do one thing to win the game. You gain 10. We'll see if we have Battle Shock on him first. No, you're fine. So you gain 10 VP straight away. And then you move your models to the center and score 25 to win. And that would be game. So that'll give up its shooting to ensure you get the 25 to ensure you get a victory. And I don't think that's worrying the Terminators anyway. So that is game victory to the Necrons in a very bloody battle. Thank you all for watching. We hope this battle report was enjoyable for you, and if you did enjoy it, please go check out some of our others in the playlist on the channel. If you have any questions, please drop a comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all of our future wargaming content. Thank you all.